Aloha! My name is Andrew Crusoe. You might recognize me. I was on here earlier in the year. I've had a very busy year. And you might recognize this book. This is my walk-around copy, so it's been through a lot. But this is my new series, 10,000 Hours in Paradise. 10,000 Hours in Paradise has 3 parts. And I've pretty much read this 3 or 4 times on this lovely show, and I'd love to read some of part 2 that actually came out in May, but it was such a busy summer I didn't have a chance to get on here until now. If you're not familiar with my work, I write Hawaii-inspired science fiction, and this is my new nonfiction adventure series about what happened to me when I came to the Big Island in 2013, and I just got swept up in all these things, just from day one, synchronicities, manifestations. I got to do things that long-term residents don't get to do, and it's really this series, 3-part series, is a love letter to Big Island, and it's basically how it changed my life. So I thought I'd come on and share a little bit, read some for free, since it's been received really well in the past. And before I forget, you can find me. My name is Andrew Crusoe. You can find me on social media, and I give away free things and free samples and stuff, non-commercial stuff. So I'm going to read. Part 2 is called Tribulations, for reasons that become apparent. Part 1 was called Arrival, and Part 3, Reckoning, is coming out. Should already be out when this is coming. You're watching this, should have come out November 1st. No, wait. No. Will be coming out November 1st. That's right, because you're watching this in October, probably. So I'm just going to read some from the first chapter. The first chapter is called The Last Potluck. This picks up right where Part 1 left off. And I've been really happy. The feedback on these books has been so positive. I've gotten more emails about this series, people sending me messages and positive emails, truly, than anything else I've ever written. And it's been amazing. I've just felt very humbled and very blessed. So, let's start. Even though I had only been on the magnificent island of Hawaii for about 5 months, I'd gone through so many growth experiences that I'd felt like I'd been on the island for at least a year or longer. Even from day one, I'd felt abundantly welcome on the island. The call that I'd heard back in Wisconsin was vindicated, and being invited on a life-changing volcano adventure had been just the beginning. I'd also had the opportunity to visit an ancient Hawaiian temple at the place of refuge at Honaunau, bask in the beauty of a rare green sand beach at South Point. That's a really fun story. Get scared half to death by a mysterious ring of lights hovering over a lava field in Kalapana. That's a terrifying UFO story, again in the blue one. Experience the magic of the Red Road and manifest a blue feather out of nowhere that I'd been intending to find for 7 years. But it hadn't been all hibiscus blooms and mango sunsets. I'd been personally threatened with violence when Wayne's friends had visited the community. And the owner, Matangi, I should mention, because this series is so true, I gave everyone pseudonyms, and I don't describe what they look like. So you have to do this in an action memoir sometimes. Technically it's a memoir, but it could be an action movie, so I call it an action memoir. And I protected everyone's identities. I don't describe properties, because I did all of that so I could quote people completely accurately, completely honestly. And I didn't want to go running around the island asking for dozens of people's permission to quote them. So everybody has pseudonyms. That's how true it is. Except for Harry Jim, who anybody could figure out who he was anyway. But he only says positive things. Harry Jim's amazing. If you know who Harry Ohane Jim is, look him up. Free promotion, Harry. You're welcome. He doesn't even need free promotion. Anyway, Matangi turned out to have some anger issues, lashing out at me and the other volunteers more than once, and then I'd fallen for a stunning woman. We had a chemistry that was effortless and undeniable, but by September it was becoming clear to me that Selena might not be ready for a romantic relationship. Despite how much we enjoyed spending time together, I felt like our relationship was continually taking 1 step forward and 2 steps back. With all of these factors in mind, the prospect of living somewhere new, not to mention a community that valued peace and meditation, brightened my thoughts more and more. The idea cheered me up so much that I even felt that my communications with Matangi went smoother that month. After enduring weeks of scrutiny from her and she owned the first community I stayed at. Seeing her treat other volunteers similarly, it was a relief to realize that I soon wouldn't have to communicate with her ever again. My spirits were high on Monday the 16th, the day that Tara would show me the meditation center property. And although I didn't know it at the time, Monday was my 150th day on the island. I hitchhiked out and met Tara in town before we zipped down to the meditation center property. It would be the first time I'd ever been to a center specifically dedicated to developing a meditation practice, and I wasn't sure what to expect. Whatever it was like, I suspected that the environment at the center would feel quite different from Matangi's community. The center would be my home for 11 days during the upcoming silent meditation course, and unlike most of the people who would attend, I was about to get a personal tour before the course had even started. The property wasn't what I expected. So that's a cliffhanger I'm going to give you today. Again, you can, it's really easy to search me, Andrew Crusoe. I think I'm the only Andrew M. Crusoe in the world. So if you put quotes around my name, you'll find all my stuff. And since I have a little bit of time, I'll read the teaser on the back, which is actually one of my favorite. You know, it's so funny. You'd think the hardest thing about writing a book would be actually writing the book, but the hardest thing that I've found is writing this darn teaser in the back every time. It's very tricky, and I'm really happy. This is a great summary of what the book is. Dive into a true Hawaii adventure. And by the way, locals as well as visitors have really enjoyed this. They've said good things. Even 5 months on the Big Island can change you forever. Being invited to visit the fiery home of Madame Pele, getting scared half to death by a UFO hovering over a lava field, and manifesting a blue feather out of thin air has that effect. Yet Andrew's most powerful transformation was still ahead. A routine hitchhiking trip into town brings a new person into Andrew's life that just might have the perfect opportunity for him. His new friend is a volunteer at a Vipassana meditation center. She invites him to join her on a 10-day silent meditation course and then live near the meditation center afterward, doing a very different kind of work trade than he's ever done. Andrew accepts and plunges into an intense experience, delving deeper into his mind and body than ever before, unearthing trauma that he thought he had healed long ago. In the process, a profound realization hits him and propels him into a new chapter of his life. 10,000 Hours in Paradise is a 3-volume true story about community, sustainability, and a remarkable journey on the Big Island of Hawaii. In Volume 2, Tribulations, Andrew dives deep into a life-changing Vipassana meditation course, gains a new perspective on unrequited love, kind of a painful one, and is wished happy birthday from a man beyond the grave. Anyway, I think that's what I have for today. I hope you enjoyed the reading. And, yeah, I'm going to be doing a reading of Part 3. Is coming out November 1st. If you're walking around on Black and White Night, you will probably see me in downtown Hilo around. And I'm going to do a reading of Part 3, Reckoning. I'm so excited. It's going to be a kind of a bright magenta book in it. They're going to look really nice all together. I've been working on this project for over 3 years, all 3 of these, so I'm really happy to share it with you guys. Thank you so much. Once again, I'm really easy to find, really easy to do internet searches on. And yeah, you can also find me on all the places that people find people. Anyway, thanks again, and hopefully I'll see you next month. Aloha.